start it by saying we're at Corliss Brothers. I'm Rick Moore along with Deb Lambert on North Shore today. And Deb, out in front of, let me just get the Corliss Brothers sign here. You can take us on a little video tour.
That sounds great.
All right, what are we looking at over here?
Right now we're looking at a nice mature planting bed. It was put in some years ago, obviously, and just really beautiful specimens. What they call the dwarf and unusual material when it comes to evergreens. And they either have an interesting unusual shape or they grow very, very slowly. So it's a nice way to showcase what plants will look like in years to come when they're down looking at our dwarf and unusual material out in the yard.
All right, now which way do we want to go?
Well, why don't we go up the front stairs here?
Okay.
And take a little tour of the store.
All right, let's go right in.
Plenty to look at being spring.
All right, we are at, what's the address here on 133?
31 Essex Road.
31 Essex Road. This is Essex Road, isn't it? And we're in Ipswich, right?
That's right.
All right.
When we first come in and look over this way, there's all our kinds of controls and preventative measures, things that are used for insect and disease control, all of that. And as we pass along here, we have a lot of the spring bulbs, the spring planted bulbs.
So you got that right as people come in the front door.
Lilies, dahlias, glads, begonias, all of those things, some of which can actually have an indoor start, which is nice too.
Okay.
And then we proceed over here. We don't need to go in there, but if you look over to this side, we have a nice little kind of Florida room set up and nice.
Would you call it a Florida room?
Florida room.
Oh, it's over in the back there. Okay,
yeah. A little sunroom, yeah. We did use it for a greenhouse at one point, but
see if I can zoom that in. There we go. Oh yeah, it's got plenty of sunlight. You got the glass up top there.
It's a nice place to go on a cold, windy day.
Very
nice. We have wind chimes and all kinds of things on display out there, which is neat.
Right.
And soils and the normal things you'd be looking for in the spring at a garden center. Over against the wall, we have all our grass seeds. We have our own mixes and the Scots and the Jonathan Green and all the others as well. Then we go in here. We're into lawn mode, obviously, at this point with the spreaders and the lawn products, crabgrass prevention, fertilizers, all of that.
And you recommend these things rather than just throwing by hand, right?
Right, yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah, definitely.
More evenly distributed?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So just kind of glance over here on the way by. If you want these little decorative thermometers, we have, actually, if we wander down here for a second.
Sure.
Just at the beginning here, you can see we've got a lot of bird feeders. Pretty much every description of bird feeders that you can imagine.
Why would birds not feed out of a bird feeder? We had birds today that wouldn't eat. They go up to it and then they leave, and it's fresh food.
And is it a brand new area?
No.
Feeder? It's been up for a long time.
Yeah.
The seed may be sour in the bottom.
Okay.
And they know that, and they'll avoid it if possible.
That makes sense.
Knock it out, clean it out really well, wash it out, sterilize it with a 10% bleach solution, and they should be right back at it.
Okay.
And when we look down this aisle, just all the way down the end, we have housing. There is no problem with the housing market in this store.
Oh, all right. All right. We need a couple of bird houses.
Bird houses.
All right. Let me see if I can zoom in on that.
And even bat houses. Because bats are so beneficial.
Wait a minute. Bat houses?
Bat houses, yep.
Where's the bat houses?
You want to see them?
Yeah,
right
absolutely. Of course I do. Bat houses.
Bats are amazing. In this, I guess that's how they know they're for them.
Yes, this is their symbol, right? So they know how to get in. Okay.
But
great
they're
collection.
Amazing because they devour so many insects, especially mosquitoes. So they're invaluable.
Bats are a good thing.
Yeah, and there's all sorts of other houses
Way
here
cool.
too. Wood ducks, everything we have homes for. So even butterflies.
Butterflies.
Which is neat.
All right, so we'll go back down this way.
Food and all that too.
We're back out toward the front. All right, now.
I'm going to take a quick tour down the seed aisle
for
a minute. That's where everybody this time of year pretty much is going.
Okay.
Lots of gloves. Can we give you a hand?
Yeah. Oh,
that's been overdone.
Boo. Oh my.
Our seeds start here and they extend all the way down this aisle. So we have a pretty good selection, 4 different companies.
Wow.
But we pretty much can meet most of their needs on seeds.
So 4 different companies. You'll have the same seed you can pick for if you have a favorite company or whatever?
Right, exactly. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. But I try to mix it up. We have a lot of odd little niche kind of seed varieties and more unusual things too. So
okay.
I try not to do a whole lot of repeating, only because I can get some of the more unusual, and botanical interest is well known for that.
Alrighty.
In particular, but they're all good.
All right, we got about another minute on this one here.
All right. We head back out, I think, at this point.
Okay.
Pottery's over on that side, but
wow.
Too much. There's too big a store to do everything today. But I think if we head outside, we can look at some plant material.
Now this would be where the real nursery is?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's gigantic.
It is.
All right, let's get the sun behind us here. We'll go over this way and go back in this way. Okay. Now we see a lot of empty space here.
We sure do.
And that is because it's so early in the season?
Yeah, and that's because this is where eventually the perennials, some roses towards the front, vines, and annuals will all be in these areas.
Okay.
Where you see all the tables. Perennials are the big mainstay. And they, of course, will come in first. As you get to the middle of April, we'll start to get some of them in, the hardiest. Right. If somebody was to come about the end of April, beginning of May, they would find a really, really well-stocked nursery.
Oh, yeah.
At this point, obviously, everything is arriving daily. We're bringing things back out of storage. We've got an enormous storage facility over there. It's built right into the ground, which is one of the only ones of its kind in the area.
Okay.
And it really, anything that's left in the fall, we put in there, and it comes out looking fresh and beautiful.
Wow.
So it works really, really well for us. There's a lot of this area here under the lath house is basically for your broadleafed evergreens, your hollies and boxwood and rhododendron azaleas, PRS, all of those kind of plants.
Okay.
And then I don't think we have time to probably wander through there, but I did want to show you one little plant. We'll call it our plant of the week at this point, and it's something that blooms so early. It's called a white forsythia, is its common name, but it's truly not a forsythia. It's actually a Beliophyllum, and what it does is bloom, like I say, even earlier than a true forsythia would. It has a nice little light fragrance to it, too. But it's the prettiest little flower. I'm going to be featuring it in this week's newsletter and do a little more on it. This is one that's not even in the catalog, so it's kind of the best-kept secret this year that we actually have it, which is pretty neat.
Now, the temperature, it's very cold out here, and that's very hardy then.
It is very hardy.
All right.
Yep.
All right.
Great little plant.
Takes a quick tour of Corliss. All right, so we'll conclude this section. I just want to ask you what's up back there, because you got
we have trees.
You got acres and acres up back, right?
There's another. We have a wholesale division too, which is a separate business from ours.
Okay.
So beyond that barricade that you see there, they have their whole selection of nursery stock too for the wholesale trade.
All right, we'll take a look at that another day.
But up on the top of our hill on this side would be the flowering trees, shade trees. All the bigger items are up there.
All right. All right, that'll do it from here with more stuff online. With Deb Lambert, Garden Author, I'm Rick Moore.